My utter contempt for somebody who would pay $100,000 for this Trump watch is
boundless.
It is boundless. And here's the other, like, Trump himself is a watch guy. He would never spend $100,000, let alone $100,000 on one of these pieces of shit. Hello, everyone. This is JVL here with my best friend, Sarah Longwell, publisher of the Bulwark. So did you go to the website?
Of course I didn't.
Oh, my God. Do you know anything about the watches? The Trump watches?
I know that it is gold and costs $100,000.
Well, there are 3 levels of Trump watches.
Tell me more. Oh, the delight on your face. It makes me happy to see you this happy.
There are the plebeian model for the poors, which are $4.99 and which are not limited. They'll make as many of them as they can sell. Then there is the limited plebe model, which is $6.99 or $7.99. I forget. Hold on. Let me look it up. I've got the Trump website right here. And the limited plebe model is $7.99. There are only 1,000 of those. And then Sarah, there is the tourbillon model. You of course know what a tourbillon movement is.
No, what, did you say Toblerone?
No, tourbillon. It's French for whirlwind.
Okay.
And it is it's a different kind of movement, and they say there are only 147 of these being made, but they are offered in 3 different versions. And so I believe what they mean are 147 of each version, meaning 441 of them. I think that's the math.
Why is 147? That's a very specific number.
47, President 47. He'll be number 47.
Really?
Right, he was 45.
Oh, 45, yeah.
And then he'll be 47.
Okay.
And these watches, the tourbillon, which are they call the model the Trump Victory, are $100,000. And it's amazing. And I have so many thoughts about this. Again, I mean, it's going to take you 40 minutes to read the triad today, because I've done a pretty detailed cost analysis on how much these things each cost to make. And you'll be surprised to know, not very much. But my favorite thing about it is that, again, this invalidates the entire Trump proposition. His entire electoral proposition is America is a hellscape. We've got the worst economy in the world. People are dying in the streets. If we have to go through another 4 years of this radical socialist inflation, we won't even have a country. Right? This is, I alone can fix the economy.
Yes.
Also, hey people, I'm selling watches for $100,000. You want some? If people can afford $100,000 watches, and then these $500 and $799, $800, cheapy models, then I'm sorry, the economy's doing okay. Right? If the economy was terrible, he wouldn't be able to sell any of these watches at these unbelievably inflated prices.
Well, of course, the economy is different for different people experience this economy differently.
Sure. But he's the candidate of the forgotten man.
It's true. This is the thing, and so I am. I'm kind of interested in the cost analysis, but I'm more interested in what do you think this guy is doing right now with all this? Is he poor? Is he? Is this a last minute blitz to monetize his presidential ambitions in the face of a loss?
No, it's much simpler than that.
Okay.
So somebody got a pipeline to him, So whoever it is who started with the NFTs, and it's the same group or group of individuals who do the NFTs and the sneakers and the watches. They just they got in front of him somehow.
The coins. There's also the coins.
The coins, right. And they pitched him. They said, license us your name, image, and likeness. It'll take 1 hour of your time, and we will then give you a cut. We will make X number of dollars from this product, and your cut will be Y. Mm-hmm. And in the case of the crypto, I want to say he sold $4 million of them, right away. I mean, he sold a lot of crypto, these NFTs. And the best part about the NFTs is that he continues to make money from them every time you, having bought one, sell yours on the secondary market. In that transaction, Trump gets paid again. So and that will happen for forever and ever. So that is a river of income for him. And when he saw that it worked, then they came back to him and said, hey, we could do sneakers. There's a real sneaker thing for this. And that worked. And they came to him and said, we can do watches. And so if I am correct that there are actually 3 versions of 147 each, that's 441 watches, I think, selling for 100,000 each. That's $45 million in watches for, again, what is less than an hour of Trump's time. Like, Trump's time is he looks at the designs that they show him because, if his name is on it, he doesn't own it. He wants to make sure that it's not, that it looks okay. He signs off on them, and then he tapes the 45-second stands up to camera pitch, which is on the front of the website. And that's it. He's done. And this thing just is a turnkey operation. And so I don't think he's not out there saying, how am I going to cash in? What am I going to do? Right? He's not coming up with these ideas for let's do watches. This third party has come to him with it, and they're just, they've got access to him. And so they're just pitching, hey, let's do this. Let's do that. So the question becomes, what is his cut? And I think if his cut is anything below 80%, he's a fool. Because there is no business without him.
Right.
If he wanted to go and make a watch brand, he could do that this afternoon with anybody else. But these guys couldn't sell a single watch without him. And so he ought to be getting most of that money, I think.
Hey guys, if you love this podcast and you want to listen to all Bulwark podcasts ad-free, join Bulwark Plus today. You'll also get our top-notch newsletters, the Triad, and Morning Shots. So click the link in the description and become a Bulwark Plus member now. Go do it. It helps support us doing more shows like this. Well, it's good he needs it because the stock. How's your DJT stock doing?
Oh man, I'm diamond hands on that. It's going all the way down. If he wins, he'll be okay. I think if he wins, he'll be okay. If he loses, I don't know. The way the deal is structured, he's not going to lose money on it. But his I'm worth $7 billion thing from it, that's gone. But he could still walk away with like $1 billion. He could walk away with 9 figures from this. Low 9 figures, but he could get 9 figures. And again, he didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like there is no thing. So anyway, so I went through and I built one of these watches using AliExpress, which is what the people who do this sort of thing use a website that sources parts from China called AliExpress. And with it, you can say, I want a stainless steel dive watch case. That'll be $4. I want an aluminum bezel for that. That's $1.50. I want a mineral glass crystal for it. That's 99 cents. This is the handset is $2, whatever. And so the plebe version of his watch, which sells for $499, costs at most $50
To make.
to make. And almost all of that cost actually is in the one-time setup fee for machining the signature that gets applied to the dial. That's the lion's share of the cost. Everything else is unbelievably cheap. That's pretty good. You know, that's a 9x. 9x, pretty good margin on that. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is Trump a good businessman after all?
I mean, he understands the value of his brand. I don't know if that makes him a good businessman or not. I mean, maybe it is, right? It's just a question of what you believe business is, right? Is business about making money, or is business about like productive economic activity? Right? Jeff Bezos is an incredible businessman.
Right.
Like he revolutionized supply chain and built e-commerce in the world to a large extent. Trump has made money by calling into tabloids and pretending to be other people, talking about himself and making himself famous, and then selling his name. He's made money from that. Is that business?
It is a kind of business. It's sort of like late stage capitalism business.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I just wanted you to say it.
Yeah. That doesn't mean there's
Slow
not
clap.
That doesn't mean there's not regular stage capitalism business still. It just means that that is what late stage capitalism looks like, what Donald Trump's doing.
And when those oligarchs wind up amassing political power as well, what will we say about that?
I'm sorry, say that again.
When people like that, the
Yes.
people who get wealthy and doing late stage capitalism stuff, then start amassing oligarchical political power as well.
Well, that's
What do we think about that?
you mean the Trump presidency?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I think that's bad.
It's not great, Bob.
Yeah. I also think it's very bad that the American people think that this is what a good businessman looks like. I just hear it in the focus groups all the time, like Trump's a good businessman. We need a businessman running the country. And I'm like, guys, he's a crappy businessman. Do you know what business that he's good at? Like, this is the thing. What he's good at is getting, you guys are the marks. He's good at getting you guys to buy his garbage, whether that's his rhetorical garbage, his policy garbage, or his literal garbage watches and shoes and stuff. He's a lifestyle brand masquerading as a political party.
I mean,
And you guys are falling for it. That's what he's good at. He's good at taking you for fools.
like, is Kylie Jenner a good businessman? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know
like
which
these are
one
people
of
who
those that
understand
is.
how to whatever. Any of the Jenners, right? Is Kris Jenner a businesswoman? Well, yes, in the sense that she's taken a brand and figured out how to extract money from it. But is that a business? Right? I don't think so. Not in a way that, it is a thing that makes money, but a thing that makes money is not necessarily a business. I don't know. I mean, call me old-fashioned.
Well, it used to be that you would construct a product, right? And the product needed to be good so that you could build a brand as somebody who makes a good product. Now you take your brand and you map a product onto it, and that product can be super shitty as long as it's got the brand on it.
Yeah. This is the attention economy. I don't know if you remember this. I wrote years ago about Red Bull. Do you know what Red Bull is?
It's what I drink when I need to write a term paper at
Yeah.
1
yeah,
a.m.?
that. Yeah, that stuff. So Red Bull is a fascinating company because Red Bull, which is ubiquitous, you see the ads everywhere and whatnot.
It gives you wings.
They don't actually make the Red Bull drink. Red Bull, the company, is simply a marketing operation, and they outsource the drink to this German juice manufacturer, and they don't give a shit. Like they don't touch the actual thing that you drink and sip and put into your body. That is entirely, they're like, what the fuck? Do whatever you want to it. We don't touch that. All we do is make Red Bull famous so that people want to drink it. And that's now the world. You know? Like that's, instead of Red Bull being this weird outlier, that's kind of the world we live in. I mean, it's not all of it. There are still real companies out there. But a whole lot of it is just people figuring out how to be middlemen between things manufactured elsewhere and wealthy domestic audiences. And so, like, if you and I wanted to start a watch brand, if we wanted to start Bulwark watches, we could go to AliExpress and we could just type in micro brand watches, and we would get 100 results from people in China who would work with us and say, yeah, just tell us what color dial you want and what you want what color the bezel's going to be, and send us what you want your Bulwark logo to be that we pop on it. And we'll ship you these things for $60 a piece.
Oh, why don't we sell Bulwark watches?
Because they would be Chinese shit. They wouldn't be real watch. You know what I mean? Like, this is... Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they're...
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, they aren't good. But you can do it, and if the marks you're selling to are stupid enough, not that I'm passing value judgment on people who would pay $100,000 for a Trump watch. Here's something else. Hey, Sarah, there's more show.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Are we still talking? We have more talking?
we're still talking. The talking goes on, but that's only for the people who are inside the Velvet Rope, the Bulwark Plus members.
Oh, they got to subscribe.
Yeah, tell them to subscribe. Tell the people,
You should subscribe,
Sarah.
guys. Why wouldn't you subscribe? You get all kinds of things. You get some extra me and JVL. You get some extra me and George Conway. You get JVL's Triad. This is one of the best things the Bulwark offers. I read it at least once or twice a week.
Yes. Go and subscribe. We'd love to have you.